The MIAC clears fall and spring sports to compete this semester.
And Minnesota Governor Tim Walz eases COVID-19 restrictions.
Those topics and more today on Top Stories.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for this edition of Top Stories. I'm Justin Amaker.
In this show, we give you a rundown of TommieMedia's biggest stories. I'm Emily Haugen. The MIAC President's Council will allow 2020 fall sports and 2021 spring sports to compete this semester. Tommies will play one last season in the MIAC before St. Thomas transitions to Division I athletics next fall. Baseball, softball, and tennis will each play a regular season schedule and hold a MIAC playoff tournament, while other fall sports will play a condensed schedule. Athletes will be required to wear face coverings during practices and competitions this spring. No spectators will be allowed at on-campus indoor competitions.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced major rollbacks of COVID-19 restrictions last week, citing rising vaccinations and declining COVID-19 cases. Starting Monday, March 15th, bar and restaurant occupancy grew to 75%. Indoor gathering limits increased to 15 people with no household limits, and a 50-person limit for outdoor gatherings. Entertainment venues are also allowed to open at 50% capacity with a limit of 250 people. Amid the rollbacks, Minnesota House Republicans and hospitality industry groups are urging Walz to create a plan to fully reopen businesses statewide.
St. Thomas Residence Life announced the addition of compost bins in Residence Hall waste rooms in February. St. Thomas has been collecting compost outdoors, in classroom buildings, and at the dining halls since 2017. Compostable items include food waste, St. Thomas to-go containers, paper products, organic material, and plants.
South Campus's Loris Hall is gone. Demolition of the administrative building and former residence hall began in late February. As the bricks fell, so did a historic structure with its controversial name. Chief Video Editor Emily Rudy has the story.
After 126 years and a few public controversies, Loris Hall is being demolished. While St. Thomas originally announced its intent to relocate the building in 2017, the idea was bulldozed as plans for a new STEAM building were solidified, which, according to Mark Vanskerd, St. Thomas's Vice President for Business Affairs, would need to be reduced by 90,000 square feet if Loris Hall was retained. The decision has faced criticism for disregarding the building's historic value as the work of Cass Gilbert, an American architect who also designed the Minnesota State Capitol and the United States. Victoria Young, head of St. Thomas's Art History Department, believes that it is important to preserve the building's architectural details, even after its destruction.
It was absolutely instrumental that this building doesn't come down without leaving the proper historical record. So in addition to photographs by our team here at the university, we also hired somebody to do laser scans of the exterior of the building, so we have the proper elevational drawings and renderings that are super detailed.
Free for
While some are
TommieMedia.
trying to find ways to hold on to the building, literally,
Well, it's part of the office building that I used to office in, and I want to build a pizza oven, and this will be the keystone in the archway of the pizza oven door.
others are optimistic about expanding opportunities for students.
If we were replacing it with a parking structure, I'd probably be really angry, right? Or if we were just going to put a parking lot over there, right? But we're proposing to make it into a really useful space for students, a better place for St. Thomas to really stretch into our abilities in science, technology, and the arts, you know, and I think that outweighs the destruction of the old building.
The demolition comes shortly after controversy arose over the building's namesake, Bishop Matthias Loris, who was discovered to have enslaved a woman named Marie Louise for 16 years. While a university renaming committee has been formed for other potentially problematic buildings, there will be nothing left of Loris Hall to rename.
I think there's a time and place for everything, and maybe it really is the case that the time for this building and it served its purpose, and now we're going to build something great like a phoenix rising in its place.
For TommieMedia.com, I'm Emily Rudy.
St. Thomas's new STEAM complex will replace Loris Hall. It is set to open in 2024.
International student and mechanical engineering major Pascal Kunda was voted the 2021 Tommie Award winner. Each year, St. Thomas students, faculty, and staff recognize a senior whom they feel best represents the ideals of the university. Kunda is the second consecutive international student to receive the award, after 2020 winner Keanu Daly.
4 St. Thomas students have been named semifinalists for the U.S. Fulbright Student Program. Makeo Goods, Anna Strub, Amelia Fredrickson, and Kara Reardon were named semifinalists of the International Cultural and Education Exchange Program sponsored by the U.S. government. As a Fulbrighter, students are able to work at and experience the culture of their host country. The program awards grants to around 2,000 U.S. students annually.
And those are TommieMedia's top stories. View these stories and more at TommieMedia.com. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest TommieMedia videos. With Emily Haugen, I'm Justin Amaker for TommieMedia's Top Stories.